Whether she knew or she didn't know, it depends on the level of education, understanding she has, and whether she knows that Simon was trying to form, or whether she knows that the system was already in place. Because the reason why we would believe that she actually did it deliberately to make it look like she was trying to compose or form one is because Mazi Simon Ekpa has said it different times. Even the day he was trying to, inaugurate or institute or give, voice to the body, to the Biafra government in exile, he actually said it, he said it over and over, that this body has been existing.
Exactly.
That what he's trying to do now is to give it a voice and activate it and bring it into the system, so that it can run, so that now we're coming together to do things, So now she actually used education as a subtle means of bringing everything. What I mean by education is that what she knows, what she learned, what she designed from the kind of thinking and reasoning, she used that as a subtle means of designing her concept of betrayal. Now, let's link it now. Before you go on, sir, let's just look at it. Now, let's link it now to the system of governance, especially in the terrain of Biafra, behavior, actions, and personalities that are involved in Biafra and all of that. Everybody who is, especially those people who are in the helm of affairs of betraying Biafra, are people who have actually gained education, whether locally or in the foreign land.
Exactly.
Because they are the ones positioned everywhere and all of that. And of course, if you look at the beginning points, as Simon Ekpa has been talking about, 1902, when the Sultan, or whatever it's called, his name is, that his relationship between him and Lord Lugard and his approach and everything. When it came to the time of Nnamdi Azikiwe and all those other people who were educated at that point in time, they also, in their level, I don't want to use some words, I'm trying to be very careful so that people don't begin to misunderstand me. They were educated, but they were not discerning enough to know the tactical approach to deal with the British. But the Sultan, who was is this Sultan of Sokoto now? Yes, he's a Sultan, yes, that wrote a letter
who was less educated.
Yes, who was less educated, was actually, able to give the right answer to Lugard, which gave perspective to the Lugard's government and the British that these people must be dealt with with caution, because they cannot betray themselves, they cannot betray one another. But the ones we felt that are educated were the ones from our side now, were the ones who actually gave the British the opportunity to think that even if these people, are supposed to be free, but because we have people within them who can sabotage them, then it means that we can also always not trust them. So we cannot give them the government. We cannot allow them to rule. So the Fulanis actually got this in their uneducated mood. Let me put it that way now. They are not educated, but they got the trust of the British. These ones are educated, and they manipulated the system because of their selfish desires. Now, in this fight and in this struggle that we have attained, and in this level of our fight and struggle to liberation, we have few months to our liberation, because between 2023, we are going to get to our liberation. We are seeing sophisticated approach to destroying the efforts of autopilot, IPOB, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has instituted. We need sophisticated approach. What advice would you give to Biafrans? Because we, of course, on that level, we know what we're doing, and we are putting in place everything that needs to be done, to make sure that we deal with this, because we know how to handle them. We know where they're coming. We know what they are going to do next. But we have the livered Biafrans and the people in that place, in that position, whether educated or not, who are just the masses. They are the people who are basically the targets. Now, what idea or what concepts or what strategy are you going to give them to apply in their daily lives as a tactics against this evil and the forthcoming evil that will be displayed by these people? Because these people are coming, some of them are using, they are some of them are strategists, some of them are professionals. So they will always come with strategies to destroy the system, what advice would you give to Biafrans, an average Biafran who is just there in the bush, in the village, somewhere, on how to deal with this tactical betrayal that will come from these so-called educated people?
Thank you. Before I answer you that, never forget, among those things you listed, the fourth one,
yes,
there's a fifth listing. This woman's approach was intended to take the shine out of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and trivialize
yes.
Biafran struggle,
yes,
thereby projecting an evil man. It was just a tactical approach. She was using her brains to do it, but we got her there and dropped her down. Now, in respect to, you were making mention of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe and Ahmadu Bello. The thing that made the British people respect the Fulanis and give them power is that they discovered that the Fulanis had the interest of their people in their heart. They cannot be bought with money. And I may have to give it to their religion. Not as if their religion is good, but at least their religion succeeded in indoctrinating the people into knowing that it is this religion that binds us together to one God. And in advancing the purpose, the cause of this religion, you're advancing your own cause. Therefore, stand in defense of this religion, which means carrying the people along. So the mindset of the Fulani Caliphate was the benefit of the people. So even when the British came to tell the Sultan of Sokoto that the Emir of Bauchi is not responding to his administration, he told him, don't interfere in this business. You worship a different God from us. We will handle our case. We don't need your help. The British man respected that. That means he cannot be bought. And up to today, the Fulanis have maintained that streak of their people first. That's why they can spend money in Niger Republic, their people first, at the expense of Nigerians. Take that's why the gold in Zamfara belongs to Zamfara, their people first. So that is their mindset. And if you look in America here, even in Britain, there are certain things Americans don't compromise. Anything that has to do with the national security, it doesn't matter which party is in government. Americans don't compromise it. Anything that has to do with an American citizen, the Americans don't compromise that. Anything that has to do with the well-being of the Americans in administrative functionality, they don't compromise that. But the Igbos can be bought. Because right now, if you get Dave Umahi and tell him that if Atiku comes and says he is suffering from an illness, he wants to step down next month, that Dave Umahi should come up and be the PDP president, but he wants him to go and kill Hope Uzodinma. Dave Umahi will kill Hope Uzodinma immediately and take over.
Definitely.
So this lady was willing to sell Nnamdi Kanu and bring this guy. She couldn't stand and tell that man, which Lion of Biafra, have you forgotten Nnamdi Kanu? Now, what kind of advice will I give to them? Again, I refer to the Bible. God told the children of Israel, I sent my prophets rising early and talking to you. So the prophets spoke and led by example. That's what we look at. Jesus spoke and led by example. We follow him. Simon, Nnamdi Kanu spoke and led by example. We followed him. Simon Ekpa is speaking and is leading by example. We follow him. Any other person that is contrary to this thing, disregard him and focus on this Biafran thing. Because if you look at Simon Ekpa, one, Nnamdi Kanu spoke the truth. He's saying it. Number two, Nnamdi Kanu sacrificed. Simon Ekpa is sacrificing. Number three, Nnamdi Kanu talked about Biafran liberation. It's not compromising. The same thing with Simon Ekpa. Are you following me? So the only thing Biafrans can do is look at the man that is talking and watch what he's doing. If he's working in conformity with what Onyendu said, what else do you do? Follow him. You must follow somebody. If there's any other design, I will tell you, no, that's not. I'm just using a biblical example.
That's it.
God said,
as simple as that.
I sent my prophets rising early, talking to you. One, the prophets spoke and they led by example and pursued the course that has to do with God's covenants and laws. So as Simon Epa is speaking, is leading by example that Nnamdi Kanu gave him, and he is pursuing the Biafran cause on a daily basis. Any other, just leave them. Even World Igbo Congress is coming into terms with us to work. That means they understand that God is using this man. They have a lot to offer. And someone is identifying with them. Is identifying with Avid. But these Avid people started operating before Simon Epa came on the line. But they humbled themselves to work with Simon Epa. It means that they understand that this guy is saying the right thing, is doing the right thing, and is pursuing the right objective. The same thing with World Igbo Congress. Any other person that is derailing have personal ambition. They don't have the interest of the Igbos at heart. Just like Nnamdi Azikiwe. Let me tell you a true story. Nnamdi Azikiwe, when, to finance his political ambition, he collected money from cooperative societies. And when the time came for election, they told him that he was rightly to be the president of Nigeria, executive power. They told him, no, we're not going to give you, we're going to make you president, but not with executive power. The power will rest with the prime minister, because the British people didn't trust him. Why? Nnamdi Azikiwe had collected money from the cooperative society to finance his political campaign. And now that he was unable to pay it, if they hear PIM, they will expose him, and that will bring him down. So the best thing is to keep quiet. So Nnamdi Azikiwe was blackmailed into being the ceremonial president of Nigeria because he had committed himself somewhere in collecting money to finance his projects, his campaign projects. Are you following me?
That's the dangerous, the dangerous things that education can do sometimes.
Exactly, exactly. But
especially when you are selfish.
But Ahmadu Bello made it plain to the British journalists that they are doing everything to re-strategize the army, that the Northerners will take key positions and remove the Igbos. They have never hidden it from day one.
Yeah,
they have maintained it consistently.
Yes.
And the British man would rather have respect for a man like that who said something, because if he tells this is what I will do, that is what he will do.
Yes.
He will not change from it. If he says go do, you do good. If he tells you he will do good, he will remain on it, because it is an agreement, the word you said. But the Igbo man can tell you he's going to do the right thing. Then you come behind and give him money, a large sum of money. He can organize those that will go and do that even without him being connected directly. That's how they are sabotaging Nnamdi Kanu today. People like those. Ifeanyi Uba once said that he knows whose plane that was taken to go and carry. He is aware that they were going to rendition his brother who was fighting for his cause. He kept quiet.
Kept quiet.
Because if he talks, it might affect his business interest. Yes. That's a problem. So the British man saw the Fulani man and said, I have seen Azikiwe, I have seen this person, I've seen Awolowo. It is this man that has a resolve. I'll give it to him. And he didn't make any mistake. He got it. He has gotten it up to today. It's just that now we are fighting to be liberated. The decision the British man did to give it to Fulani man was a right decision for the interest of the British people. It's still holding sway. But it's about going down, being disintegrated.
Thank you
so
much,
let
Pastor.
them gather. Let them take counsel. All those wicked people, the Bible says it shall not stand. That all those that have gathered together against you shall scatter for your sake.
Shall scatter. Yes. They shall gather, but they will not stand.
We believe that God sent Nnamdi Kanu. We believe. We believe every word Nnamdi Kanu spoke concerning Biafra. We believe it.
Definitely.
We believe.
Definitely.
I believe that Simon Epa is working in tandem with Nnamdi Kanu's instruction. I believe it. And so, look, I don't care if any person comes up tomorrow and begins to say anything contrary to this. Don't follow him.
Yeah, we're rounding off now. We already spent 1 hour. So we don't want Biafrans to stay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Pastor? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Now, we have 4 days left to the deadline given to the zoo military and all their agents to leave our land. 4 days. You know, when it comes to, because in autopilot, when we say we want to do anything, we do it. We are not in that era, because the dragon flag has been raised by our leader. And as soon as our leader raised that flag, everything he said he wanted to do, he did it. And it continues, it has continued in that light to this time. Now, 4 days, and things will begin to happen. Because when it comes to tactical issues like this and critical issues like this, or sensitive matters like this, when you decide to take an action, you must keep to your action. You know, just like how these people tried to mess up this whole thing. When our leader was kidnapped, they come up with it at home, they cancel it. They come up with an idea, they cancel it. That watered down the strength of the dragon flag. That watered down the value of the dragon flag. That watered down the truthfulness and the understanding that we have about freedom fighting. But since autopilot came on, autopilot have been given it as it's supposed to be, according to how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants it, because that is his mind. We have been running on the template of his mindset and his ideology. Now we have 4 days. Many Biafrans are still living their lives as if nothing is happening, because they are used to the norm. You know, we are too educated sometimes and too sophisticated. We know too much sometimes. We tend to take things for granted, because some of our people have thought that is this not what they always say? When they say it, it just comes and it goes. But it's very critical also that we begin to, I think the next 4 days, we have to try to see how we can begin to educate our people to understand that this period now is going to be critical. Because even the zoo itself knows that they have a deadline, 15th of August. They know that one. So definitely they're not going to sit idly. They will be tactically preparing. And as we also know that they will be tactically preparing, we also are preparing very hard. But it is also important for us to let Biafrans know that our preparedness does not only stop at the resolve of the ESN and every other security strength that we have. They also are very important, because in this thing, they are at the center. The military, we want to use them to score points. They want to use them, the average Biafran, to score points. What do you think that Biafrans should be doing from now, especially in the realm of their mind, in the realm of their action, in the realm of their approach to life, daily life? Because from now, their life shouldn't be as regular. You just wake up in the morning, take your bath, go to somewhere, one office, go and sit down, get your money for that day, come back home, or go and sell. They must be alert and very, 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 observant. What would you advise Biafrans to put as security, measures for themselves? Now, aside the measures we are putting in place under the auspices of, the project itself, their personal lives or their family lives, what advice do you have for them? Because these are critical periods and times for everyone.
Well, one, our enemies take us serious, and they are preparing against the next 4 days. But our people don't seem to take us serious.
Sure.
Agwanti monoge mbaga egburu isi egburu ya na ya. Maka ihe na ụkpalokpoko gburu ntị chirie. Isi na anụ ntị na-esoro ozu ala n'ime ili. Onye mara asụ ya sụọ n'ikwe. Maka amaghị asụ gị sụọ n'ala. Ọ gwụla ihe mana m ga-ekwu. Ọ gwụla ihe mana m ga-ekwu.
That's a big one anyways. But a word is enough for the wise, because the time has come when we don't need to.
Onye mara asụ ya sụọ n'ikwe. Onye na-amakwana gị asụ ọ sụọ n'ala.
God bless you. That is it. Thank you so much. We have spent 1 hour, 12 minutes. and we're not going to keep Biafrans long. We're going to be coming up again, of course, before that 15th. We're going to be coming up again to talk to Biafrans. Of course, this in fact, the closing notes by pastors also should just ring some bells in the minds of Biafrans. You have to be up and doing now. Leave those distractions, leave those people who are coming to distract you. And the issue of this woman, which we have analyzed today, tells you that we have people we have more of them that are going to come. As soon as she has, of course, she has done her bit.
Exactly.
She has done what she has done. They're not going to relent. They're not going to sit down.
No, they're not going to sit back.
Yes,
she's coming back again to fight.
Yes, they are coming back. Not she alone, their team, because they have a team. They will be coming back. So Biafrans should be alert. And the funny thing is that in this level that we are, the fight will be coming from every angle. And that's all these things will be coming from, most of them are sponsored by the politicians. They will sponsor anytime they see a sign that is going to actually be like an opposition to the system, they will invest in it. So their investment now is into things that will help to destroy the system. Just like, we see all of that when Lai Mohammed said that as soon as Mazi Nabikano was captured, the Biafran stuff is going to die. But they are shocked. They are shocked that the kidnap of our leader is now evidence.
A very costly venture. A very regrettable venture.
Very. In fact, they have a means of retracing their steps. They would have done it, but they have gone too far. So they think now that the best thing they can do now, you see how foolish they are. They think now that the best thing they can do now is to unleash the terror. And they just keep sending them and giving them arms to come. Since they have made the mistakes, now they cannot take it back. They have to just unleash, and all of that. So we keep coming to talk to Biafrans. And please give Biafrans your closing remark, before we close this program, so that we can prepare ourselves for the next maybe 2-3 days. We're going to come up maybe on the 14th and then see how we're going to talk to Biafrans more on this platform. Please, just make your closing remarks.
Thank you, Biafrans, for listening to us and for being, number one, thank you, Biafrans, for being good followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and supporters of Simon Ekpa as he is the spokesperson. All of us are IPOP. We are autopiloted. Then thank you for giving us the privilege to talk to you. And thank you for being able to discern between good and bad, to know that this woman is evil. Remember, they are going to regroup to come again with different information and different things in different places that will stop allowing them to put your mind in disarray. Anything they say, it will come to Simon Ekpa's ear. Remember, their main target is to, if they remove Simon Ekpa, they derail the Biafran project. After all, they send them the Kanu is in detention. So when they tell anything against Simon, wait and hear Simon's reaction. Open your mind and listen. Simon will give you detailed information of what happened. Then number 3, please, when the time comes for sit at home, continue what you're doing. It's a lot of sacrifice you're paying. We're going to have a nation. And number 4, let Biafrans begin to prepare their minds that our nation is coming. And there's a lot we are going to do. There's going to be a lot of work. We are going to work in Biafra to build our country up. Prepare your minds for Biafra, because Biafra is here. Prepare your minds. God bless you, Biafra.
Biafra is here. Biafra is here. Thank you, Pastor, for that closing remark. Biafra is here. That is the last statement. Biafra is here, and there's no need for flogging that matter. In a word is enough for the wise, as you have heard the advices, the dissecting of ideas and the words that have come up in this program. You have to take them seriously. Every word that you have heard here is the truth, and it's emanating from the source of truth, and also is meant to make you free. The reason why we come always to broadcast is because faith comes by hearing. As you keep hearing us, the faith begins to stir up in you, so that those ones who are weak will also begin to get strength. So take this news, spread this video, let the people hear it far and wide, post it on all your social media platforms. We need to begin to get our people always, as always, to keep hearing. That is why you see that we are making sure that the radio, the Voice of Biafra radio goes all around Biafra land, because we want you to keep hearing. So thank you, Pastor, for that closing remark. And we have come to the end of this program. We are going to come your way again, maybe on the 14th. I think that 14th will be good, a day to the time of the deadline, so that we can talk to Biafrans and see that Biafrans will also get some words and some words of wisdom from you, and of course on this program, as we always do. God bless you very good, and stay safe. Stay, that's the salute. We have the salute. So stay safe, Biafrans, wherever you are. Take that salute as a sign to be alert.
Yes,
alert wherever you
respect
are.
Biafra. One day we shall start. Very soon. Biafra is here.
In our land and in our nation, we're going to salute, and salute everyone who has sacrificed and all of that we have all done. And we will celebrate together and keep building our nation until we get the best. All over the nations of the world, we are going to be the best. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We'll meet you again on the 14th of this month. So keep a date at the same time, 4 p.m. Biafra time. We'll meet you and we'll discuss more. And of course, we are going to analyze. If you have your questions, your observations, and the things that you need to inform Biafrans and you want Biafrans to know happening in your area, all of that, you can send messages to us. You can come on that platform. If it's very urgent, we can give you a means of coming in and then you talk to us. Or if it's something that we need to talk to the people or share with the people, we share it. And if you have questions, very bothering questions that you want to ask Pastor Emeka Livingstone the next time we come on this platform, prepare those questions. We're going to answer every question. Every question will be answered. So prepare yourself. 4 p.m. Biafra time on the 14th, a day to the deadline, to the deadline given to the zoo, military, and all of that to leave our land. Thank you so much. God bless you, very good, and we'll see you again. Pastor.